Yellowstone is where nature speaks loudest, from erupting geysers to endless wild landscapes. Welcome to True Path Travel. Today we're exploring the 12 best places to visit in Yellowstone National Park. Let's begin the journey. Imagine a place where the earth breathes. It steams and hisses, a living entity beneath your feet. This is a land shaped not by human hands, but by the raw, untamed power of nature itself. It is a world where scalding water erupts hundreds of feet into the sky, painting the air with mist and rainbows. Vast ancient forests give way to meadows teeming with life. This is Yellowstone, America's first national park, born from a colossal volcanic eruption hundreds of thousands of years ago. A living, breathing geothermal wonderland. Boiling mud pots bubble and gurgle. Hot springs release clouds of steam that drift through lodgepole pines, creating an ethereal, mystical atmosphere. A reminder we walk on the thin crust of a restless planet. Here, water and fire dance in a spectacular, unending ballet. They cascade over mighty precipices into thunderous waterfalls, sending plumes of spray high into the air. Amidst this dramatic geology, life thrives. This is a kingdom ruled by giants. Herds of bison, their shaggy coats dusted with frost, roam the valleys. The elusive wolf pads silently through the forest. Grizzly bears forage on hillsides, their power a humbling sight. Yellowstone, one of the last great intact ecosystems in the northern temperate zone. A precious refuge where wildlife exists wild and free. In the journey that lies ahead, we will explore this incredible world together. We are about to embark on an adventure to 12 of Yellowstone's most epic and unforgettable locations. It is an invitation to experience the very soul of the American West. Prepare to be immersed in a world of sensory delights, from the smell of sulfur on the wind to the feeling of mist from a waterfall on your face. We will witness the iconic and punctual eruption of Old Faithful, a spectacle of nature's precise timing that has captivated visitors for over a century. We will gaze into the kaleidoscopic depths of the Grand Prismatic Spring, a pool so vast and vividly colored, it looks as though a rainbow has melted into the earth. We will walk carefully along boardwalks that snake through otherworldly basins. We will stand at the edge of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, a breathtaking chasm of yellow, pink, and orange rock. Here, we will feel the raw power of the lower falls as it plunges into the canyon below, their roar echoing off the ancient walls. Here, we will feel the raw power of the upper falls as it plunges into the canyon below, their roar echoing off the ancient walls. We will also seek serenity at the edge of Yellowstone Lake, one of the largest high-elevation lakes in North America. We will travel to the Lamar Valley. We will travel to the Hayden Valley, the sprawling grasslands often called America's Serengeti, where we will watch for wolves, where we will watch for bison, where we will watch for bears against a backdrop of rolling hills and meandering rivers. We will explore the unique travertine terraces of Mammoth Hot Springs, which look like a frozen inside-out cave. And we will begin and end our journey at the Roosevelt Arch, the historic stone gateway that welcomes all with the profound inscription, "For the benefit and enjoyment of the people." Let's begin. Our journey begins with a true icon, a name known across the globe. We arrive at Old Faithful. This is not just a geyser, it is the very symbol of Yellowstone's wild and predictable power. Even before you see it, you can feel the anticipation building in the air. Then, the rhythm changes. The gentle puffing of steam gives way to a more forceful pulse. Suddenly, with a deep, resonant whoosh, the main event erupts. A superheated column of water and steam rockets into the sky, reaching heights of over 180 feet. Thousands of gallons are thrown into the air, catching the sunlight and creating a shimmering mist. For the best experience, try to catch an eruption early in the morning or late in the evening. Remember to always stay on the boardwalks. The ground is a thin, fragile crust over boiling water. Safety is paramount. Old Faithful erupts roughly every 90 minutes, a reliable heartbeat in the wild heart of Yellowstone. From the dependable rhythm of Old Faithful, we now travel to a place of silent, vibrant wonder. Welcome to the Midway Geyser Basin, home to the Grand Prismatic Spring. As you walk along the boardwalk, the sheer scale of it begins to dawn on you. It feels less like a feature of our world, and more like a landscape from another planet, a place where the laws of color and physics have been beautifully rewritten. The center of the spring is a deep, piercing azure blue. This is due to the extreme heat of the water, which is too hot for almost any life to survive. These are not minerals or dissolved chemicals, but living colonies of trillions upon trillions of heat-loving bacteria. To truly appreciate the scale and beauty, you must see it from above. While drone use is prohibited, a short hike up the nearby Grand Prismatic Overlook Trail offers the definitive, postcard-perfect view. A practical tip: the boardwalk can get very crowded. Visiting early in the morning not only helps you avoid the masses, but also offers a magical experience as the rising sun burns through the morning mist. Our geothermal tour now takes us to the oldest, hottest, most dynamic of Yellowstone's thermal areas, the Norris Geyser Basin. This place feels wilder, more primal than any other. The ground hisses and steams from countless vents. Norris is divided into two distinct areas, the Porcelain Basin and the Back Basin. Here, you will find some of the basin's most famous features, including Steamboat Geyser, the world's tallest active geyser. It can go decades between major eruptions, but when it does, it is a truly cataclysmic event, shooting water over 300 feet into the air. Because of its extreme heat and dynamic nature, Norris is a place of constant change. A crucial tip for photographers: the acidic steam can be damaging to camera equipment over long periods. Be mindful, keep your lens cap on when not shooting, and be prepared to be utterly humbled by the raw, untamed power of this extraordinary basin. We arrive at the West Thumb Geyser Basin on the shores of Yellowstone Lake. Here, geothermal activity meets the cold, clear lake waters. The most fascinating features are the geysers that sit in the lake. Fishing cone. Lakeshore geyser. Early visitors made a legend: catch a fish and cook it on the cone's boiling water, a practice now forbidden. Abyss pool. Deep turquoise, plunging 53 feet. Black pool, now brilliant sapphire blue. It used to be cooler, hosting dark green and brown thermophiles, but a temperature rise in the early 1990s killed them, revealing true blue. Views across the lake to the Absaroka Mountains are spectacular, especially in morning light and in late afternoon light. It can get windy here. Hold on to your hat. Yellowstone is, in essence, a giant, living volcano. It sits atop a massive magma chamber, a reservoir of molten rock that rises unusually close to the Earth's surface. The process begins with water. Rain and snow fall on the surrounding plateaus and seep deep into the ground through a network of fissures and cracks. This is where a geyser's unique plumbing system comes into play. For a geyser like Old Faithful to form, it needs a series of constrictions, narrow points, in its underground channels. That release reduces pressure below, triggering a chain reaction. A massive volume of water instantly flashes to steam, violently ejecting the column high into the air. The vibrant colors we see in the hot springs, like the Grand Prismatic, tell a related story of life in extreme environments. So, as we stand in awe of Yellowstone's geothermal wonders, we witness an intersection of geology and biology, a dance between volcanic heat, pressurized water, and incredibly resilient life. We now leave the steaming, hissing world of geysers behind and, journey to a place where water showcases its power in a completely different form. We arrive at the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. The first thing that strikes you is the color. It is this vibrant rock that gave Yellowstone its name, noted by early trappers who spoke of the Yellowstone River. The south rim is home to the famous Artist Point, a vista so perfectly composed it looks like a landscape painting. On the north rim, viewpoints like Lookout Point and Grand View Point offer more intimate, vertigo-inducing perspectives. The brink of the Lower Falls Trail, for example, takes you right to the precipice where the river begins its thunderous descent. Standing there, feeling the ground tremble and the mist on your face, is an experience of pure, unadulterated natural power. At the heart of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, the thunderous, beating heart, the Lower Falls. The massive volume of water pouring over the cliff edge into the misty canyon below. In the morning light, you can often see a rainbow forming in the perpetual mist at the base of the falls, a fleeting moment of delicate beauty amidst the raw power. But they are at their most formidable in the late spring and early summer. This is when the snowmelt from the surrounding mountains swells the Yellowstone River to its peak flow. A practical tip for photographers: bring a lens cloth, as the mist from the falls will constantly coat your lens, especially at the Brink Trail. While the Lower Falls command the spotlight, our journey through the canyon would be incomplete without paying homage to its powerful prelude, the Upper Falls. One of the most dramatic places to view the Upper Falls is from the brink of the Upper Falls Trail. For a more classic, encompassing view, the viewpoints from the South Rim Trail offer fantastic perspectives. Many visitors, in their rush to see the famous Lower Falls, give the Upper Falls only a passing glance. This is a mistake. Don't underestimate the Upper Falls. It is a worthy and spectacular part of the Yellowstone experience, a mighty curtain raiser for the main act downstream. From the violent, roaring power of the falls, we transition to profound peace and immense scale. When you stand at the edge, West Thumb, Lake Butte viewpoint, the opposite shore can be a faint, hazy line on the horizon. The lake is a direct product of Yellowstone's volcanic heart. It fills part of the vast Yellowstone caldera. Kayaking for an intimate connection with the water. Wildlife viewing, bald eagles fishing the waters. The best time, sunrise. The best time, sunset. A practical tip: the weather on the lake can change in an instant. Always be prepared if you venture out onto the water. The creation of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone is a multi-act drama. The process began with the volcanic rock itself. The next major actor to enter the stage was ice. During the last ice age, a massive ice cap, thousands of feet thick, covered the entire Yellowstone region. The eventual failure of these ice dams led to cataclysmic floods, releasing immense volumes of water that tore through the softened volcanic rock, rapidly carving the canyon much deeper. After the glaciers retreated, the Yellowstone River became the primary sculptor. The waterfalls, the Upper and Lower Falls, play a special role in this process. They are agents of headward erosion. It is a perfect collaboration of fire, ice and water, a geological saga that has produced one of the most stunning landscapes on our planet. The Lamar Valley, America's Serengeti. As you enter the valley, the landscape opens up into a magnificent, sweeping panorama of rolling grasslands. It is widely considered the single best place in the world to see wolves in their natural habitat. Pronghorn, the fastest land animal in North America, dart across the sagebrush flats. To truly experience the magic of the Lamar Valley, you must align your schedule with that of the animals. This means arriving at the break of dawn. Patience is the key to wildlife watching in the Lamar. You might see a grizzly bear foraging for berries on a distant hillside, or the unmistakable loping gait of a wolf pack moving across the valley floor. Then, in 1995, wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone. They were captured in Canada and released into the Lamar Valley to reclaim their ancestral home. Their return triggered a trophic cascade. Willow trees began to recover. Aspen trees flourished again. Beavers built dams and created ponds. That howl is the voice of wild Yellowstone. Remember, these are wild animals. Their welfare comes first. Use your vehicle as a blind, keep distance, and never feed them. The Hayden Valley, a bison kingdom. This is what is affectionately known as a bison jam, and it is an essential part of the Yellowstone experience. Seeing a herd of several hundred bison move as one, Their massive forms dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see is a humbling sight. It is a prime location for spotting grizzly bears, especially in the spring and early summer. The Yellowstone River attracts an abundance of waterfowl, like the Lamar Valley. The best times to visit Hayden are early in the morning and late in the evening. They are a living symbol of this park's enduring legacy of conservation. The National Park Service mandates at least 100 yards away from bears. Wolves, at least 25 yards away from other animals. Bison may seem slow and docile. They are incredibly powerful and surprisingly agile. Carry bear spray. Bear spray is a pepper-based deterrent proven effective against aggressive bears. Never ever feed the wildlife. A fed animal is a dead animal. Leave no trace. Our journey now takes us to the northern reaches of the park to a geothermal area, unlike any other we have seen. Welcome to Mammoth Hot Springs. It looks like a cave turned inside out, a cascade of delicate, chalky white rock formations that flow down the hillside like a frozen waterfall. As this water reaches the open air, it cools and releases carbon dioxide, much like a fizzy drink going flat. This chemical change causes the calcium carbonate to precipitate out of the solution and deposit itself as travertine. These colors mark where the hot water is currently flowing, while the brilliant white sections are dormant, dry rock. From the delicate formations of Minerva Terrace to the iconic Liberty Cap Cone. It is not uncommon to see a large bull elk grazing peacefully just feet from the visitor center. A surreal and wonderful blending of human history and untamed nature. Our final stop on this journey is not a natural wonder but a man-made monument that embodies the spirit of the entire park. We arrive at the Roosevelt Arch. The inscription reads, "For the benefit and enjoyment of the people." Named for President Theodore Roosevelt. It has welcomed many generations, horse-drawn carriages, cars, and RVs. The Roosevelt Arch is more than an entrance, it's a statement of intent. The perfect threshold between the human world and Yellowstone's wilderness. Our journey through Yellowstone's 12 epic wonders now draws to a close. We have stood before the punctual power of Old Faithful. We have gazed into the psychedelic depths of the Grand Prismatic Spring. We have felt the thunder of the lower falls. We have felt the profound silence of Yellowstone Lake at dawn. We have watched wolves move like shadows across the Lamar Valley. We have watched bison command the plains of the Hayden. To visit Yellowstone is to be humbled by these forces, to feel incredibly small in the face of such grandeur, and yet to feel deeply connected to the intricate web of life that thrives here so resiliently. Its preservation is a sacred trust, a responsibility handed down to us by those who had the foresight to protect it over 150 years ago, and one we must now carry forward for all the generations yet to come. This journey was merely an introduction, an invitation to begin your own adventure. As you reflect on the wonders we have shared, which one has captured your imagination the most? When you visit, tread lightly. Stay on the designated paths. Give wildlife the space they need to be wild, and leave no trace of your passing. Your own journey into its magic, whether in person or in spirit, starts right now. The adventure is out there, waiting for you to answer its call. Yellowstone is more than a national park, it's a living masterpiece of nature. From steaming geysers to endless wildlife valleys, every corner tells a story worth experiencing. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe to True Path Travel, and share this video with a fellow travel lover. Comment below. Which Yellowstone spot amazed you the most?